Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So, as you can see on the screen, um, we're just tacking the jobs that we got to paint, and this will just kind of get any last bits of dust off the panels. So, yeah, it's been a while since we last done a video, so the shop's just been absolutely hectic, um, which has been fantastic. You know, we certainly can't complain at all. Um, Yeah, it's finding the time to do these videos as well. I've got so much footage stored away. It's just getting the time to kind of get the videos done, edited, and obviously uploaded onto YouTube. So yeah, so it is what it is. Hope everybody's okay. Everybody's doing well. Um, so in the meantime, with all this that's been going on, I've actually, a lot of people don't know possibly, but I've been trying out a few different guns lately to see if there's anything better I can do to possibly improve or kind of just seeing really what else was out there. So I've actually started using a the Vilbus DV1, and it's probably one of the guns I least expected to like. Um, because I didn't like the GTI Pro Light. So spray gun wise, yeah, I've changed. So from starter, I'm really enjoying the this DeVilbiss. So I've got a base coat gun and I've got a clear coat gun on order. Now I didn't realise, but the DeVilbisses are kind of made to order in a way. So I was talking to one of the DeVilbiss reps, and I think it had been like 2 weeks after I put my order in. And he was just like, yeah, it's about 3 week waiting to kind of get the digital gauge just built alone. So obviously with everything that's going on in the world, with the COVID and obviously all these companies having to really keep on working but trying to keep their staff members safe, you know, that's the main thing. So I'm sure I can hold out and wait for a gun, really, in the grand scheme of things. Um, But anyway, kind of you can see obviously on the video, I'm using the DV1 here. Now, um, I've put everything through this from base coats to clear coats to 2K direct gloss, and this particular gun does absolutely everything exceptionally well, and it's certainly my new favourite gun. So I'm absolutely loving this gun. Um, So what we're spraying, we are spraying, this is 2K direct gloss. We're using the standard fleet direct gloss. Um, so this normally covers really, really well, and it actually lays down really, really nicely. So a lot of people automatically think that this standard fleet from Standox is really expensive. In fact, it's not. It's actually quite cheap. It's not expensive at all, but the product is absolutely lovely to spray. You can really get this direct gloss to lay down like absolute glass, and I mean literally so nice. So um, we've done, we've got this Honda Civic in, and we've actually done near enough the whole car now, for a local lad kind of round our way, and hats off to Tom, who owns the car. He actually, we were supposed to have these side skirts a few months back when we actually done the sides of the cars, and we didn't. They were obviously still in Japan. He got these over from Japan, and they were so bad in terms of the actual quality of the fiberglass, and they just didn't even fit the car. So speaking with Tom, he did actually get a refund from the company. Um, Tom's took it upon himself to literally rebuild these side skirts. So, I mean, he's chopped parts off, he's refabricated sections, he's kind of extended, he's straightened, he has done literally everything needed to do to make these side skirts look good, and more importantly, to fit the car that they're supposed to fit. So, you know, for a customer to do that, hats off. You can't fault that at all. So credit where credit is due, because fiberglass work is definitely not the easiest. It's very time consuming. And obviously, speaking with Tom kind of through whilst he was doing it, um, explaining why we as a shop would need to charge a certain amount to kind of carry the work out that he's done. He understands obviously where the hours would come from and the cost of it. So he saved himself an absolute fortune by taking it upon himself to do it. We had him in the shop literally just to add the finishing touches, and I've got some photos at the end of really just a few bits that we've done, and we've literally just added the finishing touches to just make these that bit nicer. So as you can see as well on the front bumper, just then as I was kind of under the bumper at the back, this bumper's got a huge repair in the fiberglass, because this bumper's a fiberglass bumper as well. And again, I think Tom said that he was parked up in a supermarket, and I'm sure he said that he come back to his car and looked like somebody had gone into it with a tow bar. I can't remember 100%, but I'm sure that's what the story was. So again, someone else that the customer then had to put right, which again he's done an absolute top job himself. And you know what, the thing that Tom said about this was, YouTube is a wonderful thing. So he's obviously looked on YouTube, he's learnt from YouTube on how to do something properly, and get professional results. So Tom is a welder fabricator by trade, so this sort of stuff isn't really what he does. But again, the bumper just needed my finishing touches, and I think it was literally kind of one skim of filler, just to smoothen it all out a little bit, and make it a little bit straighter. But other than that, the actual strength and everything that Tom had done to really kind of make this thing right, was bang on. So, and you know what, this is why we do these videos, because YouTube, where we upload these videos, we can obviously recommend what we do, recommend our spray guns. Our customers, or even people wanting to learn on YouTube, can see that, I don't know, maybe our setup isn't exactly perfect, and maybe they don't need to have the perfect setup to bang out perfect jobs. And the other funny thing about that is, I've worked in a booth, and I've worked in all singing, all dancing, floor extraction, a really nice spray booth. So I've come from that side, and now I'm working where I am, and we've just got like a smart booth, got curtains round, and we have extraction, so we don't actually have any heat. But I actually pull out some nicer jobs in here than what I ever did do in a floor extraction booth. And most professionals will just tell me I'm lying, I'm talking rubbish, it's impossible for me to do that. Well, it's not. As long as you're clean, your job is clean, your area is as clean as you can be, you sweep up. I mean, I hoover up as well, and I'm not a fan of putting water on the floor, so I very rarely do it. But that's an old trick as well that people do. And as long as you kind of try and do the best you can do, chances are you'll probably pull out a nicer job anyway. So, yeah, that's an interesting fact, There's guys out there that could probably pull out some real nice jobs out of a shed or all sorts, but it can be done. I'm not going to say that it can't be, because when I first come here to this particular job, I was kind of almost laughing inside, and kind of tears as well, just the point of, I'm not sure I can make this work. And it's kind of, we're 3 years on now, the shop opening. I mean, we're kind of September, October, and we're actually booking into the third week in January right now. So just because our setup may not be exactly perfect, we're still getting our customers coming back or recommending us because of obviously the job and the quality that we do, and obviously that goes a long way. So that's obviously fantastic, awesome, brilliant. We love that completely. Um, so a top tip for anybody that's watching, with direct gloss, when this clip just started, it said that I mix my clear coat with my 2K direct gloss, and I do. I mix up a separate cup, and I try and mix a half and half kind of mix of 2K direct gloss with the lacquer. So I mix up a lacquer, obviously lacquer and hardener, to say 250 mils, and then I'll have my 2K direct gloss already mixed up if I have kind of that much left over, 250 mils, and I'll try and make it as close to kind of like a one-to-one mix as possible. It's not always possible, because sometimes what I'll do is I'll just use the leftovers of whatever is left of the 2K direct gloss if I don't have any left. It's not the end of the world, so the part of just putting lacquer in with it is it just gives it a bit more of an extra depth, extra shine, and it's also nicer when you polish it. And obviously with the lacquer, it's not going to kind of draw back as soon as I know the colder months or the winter comes in, because the direct gloss, it will do that. It will kind of fade, and it will kind of look, it won't stay as shiny for as long. So that's really what I do. I mean, I do normally one coat of this. Sometimes if I'm doing a black or like an actual red or something like that, then I may do two coats of this. But being white, you really didn't need to, because these looked really nice anyway. So this step was just adding to it, and I really didn't feel that a second coat was needed. But you know, you can see how well these look, and I have got some photos at the end of kind of the car all built back up, and obviously some photos of before we paint, so kind of just where they're probably before they're being primed actually, of the repairs that have been done and Tom's done, and then obviously me just finishing off the final pieces of it. So that's us pretty much painted and done. Again, the Villas DV1, absolutely in love with that thing right now. So you can see how well this looks. I mean, in all honesty, we actually bolted these bits on, gun finished. So we've done the front bumper, the rear bumper, and we've done the two side skirts. So another tip for anyone, if you kind of lining off anywhere, as you can see me now, this has got like a carbon lip at the bottom. So you want to pull your tape off before the product dries. So as you can see me doing that now while it's all still kind of wet, it kind of just reduces a little bit of a lip there, so it's not so hard. So that's another little bit of a tip there. So that's the job. I mean, we've done mirror covers, mirrors, front and rear bumper, side skirts. So that is pretty much the whole car painted now, apart from the bonnet, the roof, and the boot lid, which I don't think we'll need doing actually. But there you go. That's it. 2K direct gloss. That's how nice it can look, and that's how easy it can be to apply. So here you got some photos. This is it, kind of the filler. We're over the main repair on the bumper. So that's it all cleaned off prior to being primed. As you can see, it's just like one nice skim of filler I've got on there. So the side skirts, unfortunately, are a bit of a mess and are a bit nasty. But you know, they kind of look pretty decent now, to be honest. So we've got some photos of obviously the finished article. So this is the rear bumper, and then we've got the grille. So you can see, you know, 2K direct gloss is, or can be laid down really nice. Like I say, this is the standard fleet, so if you're looking for any other direct gloss, I would highly recommend the Standard Fleet range. For anybody kind of wanting, I would certainly give it a go. So now we've got some pictures of Tom's car that we've pretty much painted the whole thing. So it's a pretty cool little Honda Civic, and you know, it's got a complete engine change, engine swap. I won't go into that because that's not really my part of it. Our part is obviously just the painting. But you know, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that one, and you can see how nice that job looks. So, like I say, they were pretty much done, finished, and bolted on. So, yeah, you know, Standard Fleet 2K Direct Gloss is for the win, personally. Obviously, paired up with the DV1, that is a killer combo. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one, guys, and look forward to the next one. Cheers. Enjoy.